AI never sleeps, and this week has been absolutely insane. ByteDance unveils their latest video model, SeedDance 2.5, and this is very impressive. Alibaba also releases their latest video model, plus another
two are
system
competing,
that
man.
can stream
They are
interactive
competing.
avatars in real time. OpenAI unveils their new chip specialized for AI. IBM also debuts the world's first sub-nanometer chip, which is pretty revolutionary.
Wow.
We have a new top open source image generator and another one with a completely
AI don't stop, man.
Stability AI releases a 3D model generator that can be controlled very precisely.
Whoa, that's gonna be big.
The ban on Claude Mythos has been lifted, but you probably can't use it. OpenAI also releases their latest and most powerful model, GPT 5.6.
Whoa, wait. Let's go back.
You have no one to talk to in
Let's go back.
Powerful. Well, GPT.
Do you see the stats? Claude Mythos is at 88%. GPT 5.6 Soul is at 88.8%. And Ultra is at 91.9%. Guys, I think this only go to 100%. If Mythos was that good, look at Fable. Fable 5 is at 84%. We ain't even got to use Mythos. Oh my God. AI is getting insane, guys.
5.6, but you also probably won't be able to
use crazy.
Meta releases an agentic framework for autonomously making self-improving datasets for AI. Okay. We have some ridiculous humanoid robot demos and a lot more.
I'm trying to tell y'all.
Right in.
Robots are going to be working in stores soon.
To talk to in real life, well, you can use this. So this project is called Streamer, and this is basically a conversational avatar which you can talk to in real time. So here are some examples.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. How can I help you today?
What has keys but cannot open locks?
That's a classic riddle. The answer is a keyboard.
No, it's a piano.
Piano.
You're right. A piano has keys, but it can't open locks. Good one.
Now it's your turn to ask me a question.
She seems so real.
All right, here's one for you. What has to be broken before you can use it?
It's an egg.
Exactly. You got it.
Okay, it's too late. I have to sleep.
All right, get some rest. Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.
AI girlfriends.
Everything okay?
Yeah, just really tired.
Want to talk about it?
Maybe, but slowly.
That's okay. You don't have to have the perfect explanation.
Thanks. That actually helps.
This look too real. Wait.
Emotions are supernatural. She even has some hand movements. She's even like waving her hands and then brushing her hair. This looks like a...
Wait a minute, man. Are you telling me we getting to a point where somebody can call you and they're going to be AI? You don't even know the AI? Whoa. The world is changing fast, guys. It's changing fast.
Realistic and casual video.
Do you ever feel like you are on your phone too much?
Yeah, I scroll without meaning to.
Same. It's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, it's wild how automatic it feels sometimes.
So those are some demos, and the impressive part is this handles everything in just a single transformer model. So it's able to interleave text, audio, and video within the same model. The key here is latency. So this can run at 25 frames per second, and it has roughly 200 milliseconds of model side response latency. So this can stream at essentially real time, enabling very natural conversations. Wow. It also supports duplex communication, meaning
25 frames
and watching while it responds.
Did you hear what he said? 25 frames per second. You can see the 25 frames because it's like, you know what I mean? It's like going back in the past, back in the day when you used to be on, when video chat first came out. So I give it 3 months. It'll be at 60 frames, and then you won't even be able to tell.
instead of just taking turns. Now, the demos I showed you here are just the current version 0.1, and these are still at very low resolution at 192p. It's more of a proof of concept than a polished
Resolution
consumer
is low.
product. Now, currently, there's no code to this. They've only released a technical paper. But if you're interested in reading further, I'll link to this main page in the
So
description.
it's not
below.
open source.
Also, this week we have another really cool project called Domain Shuttle. This is basically a video generator that can take in reference images and output them consistently in a video. So for example, as you can see here, this can take in multiple characters, including fictional and non-realistic characters. This can also take in multiple objects, like this. Plus, just with a text prompt, you can also transform these characters into a different style. For example, here it's generating everything in anime style.
AI can already do that already,
but and generate this man looking at a 2D anime style graffiti of the girl. Here's another impressive example where we can have this man interacting with this other 3D character, but in the prompt, we can specify for this character to be a holographic figure. Now, of course, with this tool, you can create a ton of
the dog.
videos. For example, influencer videos or product demonstrations. You can easily create a ton of UGC-style videos of someone talking about various products. Or you can also create commercials with different objects, as you can see.
That's dope. With the UGC products, that's pretty dope, man.
Video models that can take in
everybody got a business,
man. That this new one at the top, on average, performs better. So, for example, if we generate these two characters in a 3D animation, talking and walking in a park, you can see that this new Domain Shuttle tool is a lot more consistent. It actually looks like the reference images. And the most impressive part about this is it's able to preserve the look of all your reference characters, even if they're in different art styles. So, for example, here, this is really complicated. We have a realistic image plus a 2D character plus a 3D character. But it's able to merge all three of these different types of characters in the same video, whereas the other competitor models are not able to do this well. Or here's another tricky example where we want to print this 2D character on a cup held by this woman. Only this new Domain Shuttle model is able to handle this. The awesome thing is, at the top of the page, they
seem pretty good, man.
Already. So if you click on this code button and you scroll down a bit, here it contains all the instructions on how to download and run this locally on your computer. Note that this uses WAN 2.2 as the base model.
How many gigabytes
and for this Domain Shuttle model, it is 35 gigabytes in size.
35? That's not too bad.
A high-end GPU to run this. If you're interested in reading further,
you got a mini map or something like that, you probably can run it.
Also this week, we have a new family of open source models called Ornith 1.0. And this is built for agentic coding, meaning tasks where the model doesn't just write one file, but has to plan, run tools, debug, and write many different files and keep working on a code base. Now, it comes in various sizes. The smallest one is 9 billion, and the largest one is 397 billion parameters, and this is a mixture of experts model. The interesting thing is here they show that it even outperforms other open models like GLM or DeepSeek V4 that are more than twice the size. For example, DeepSeek V4 is 1.6 trillion parameters. But across various benchmarks like Terminal Bench or SWE-Bench Verified, SWE-Bench Pro, and other agentic coding metrics, you can see that it performs pretty much on par with some of the larger frontier open models out there, which is really impressive. Same with the medium-sized 35 billion parameter model. This on average.
I'm trying to tell people, man, look, listen, when you're dealing with AI, don't just look for Claude or Codex. It's so many new models coming. It's so many new models coming. Let me say it one more time. It's so many new models coming, guys. Try everybody you can. Because a lot of these other models, guess what? You ain't heard from me, but they way cheaper. Way cheaper. And a lot of people can't afford Claude or Codex. I'm going to leave it at that.
Outperforms Qwen 3.5 and Qwen 3.6 35B as well as Gemma 4. By the way, these Qwen models are like the most popular open source models for running locally. They've gotten like millions of downloads.
I use Qwen.
Here, it seems like Ornith is even better. So at least according to their recorded benchmarks, this is a very solid and performant model. The most interesting part is the training methods. Instead of relying on human-designed harnesses, Ornith learns to generate its own harness or scaffold. In simple terms, the model basically learns not just how to solve a task, but also how to design the workflow that helps it solve the task. So it can improve the strategy, the memory, the error handling, and the tool use patterns around the coding problem. If you scroll up to the top of the page, they've already released the models to this. So if you click on this Hugging Face link, here are all the models. So for the full 397 billion parameter model, this is roughly 794 gigabytes. Not too bad. You can probably link 2 or 3 DGX Sparks to run this.
Yeah, you ain't running it on your local computer, brother.
100 gigabytes. And then for the 35B version, this is 70 gigabytes. They also released the GGUF version, and the Q4 is only 21 gigabytes. So this can even fit in most mid to high-end GPUs.
Yeah.
If you're interested in reading further, I'll link to this main page in the description below. Also, this week we have a new 3D
This is
generation
what I want to see
system
right here.
by Stability AI, the team behind Stable Diffusion, and this is called Arbor. The fascinating thing here is that instead of just describing an object with a text prompt and hoping the AI generates something usable, Arbor lets you tell the model exactly where geometry should exist and where it shouldn't exist, and even where parts of the object should make contact. So think of it like giving the AI a rough spatial blueprint before it starts generating. For example, you can tell it that a chair needs to fit inside a certain volume, or also to leave some empty space underneath the seat, or make sure its legs touch the floor in specific places. The impressive part is that these aren't finished 3D models, just simple constraint meshes that act like design guides. Arbor then feeds those constraints directly to an existing 3D generation model without retraining the whole thing, so that the results follow these spatial requirements
But
and
you know what?
constraints. And in various tests and evaluations.
If you look at that, you'll say, okay, why do I want a blueprint constraint before I go to a 3D model? I can just go to the 3D model because you're able to control how that 3D asset looks, what it looks like, how it's gonna, where it's gonna be placed before you generate it. So that's dope.
It consists
For a lot of people that play games and design games, game development, this is gonna be nice because most of the time we go into Messi or any of these 3D models, and you put the 3D model in there, and it's not giving you exactly, what you want. Sometimes it does, but you got to do this and do that to try to get it perfect for the
generated
game.
assets that obey this requested geometry far better than previous approaches. So this makes AI-generated 3D models much more practical for real production workflows. You can directly control the look and shape of these 3D objects and how they should behave. The awesome thing is they've released the code to this already. So at the top of the page, if you click on this code button,
Can we show these people some love? Everybody's doing open source. I love it. They not, what they call it, gatekeeping. I'm gonna gatekeep this. No, they open source. Everybody, you get to see the code, you get to use it.
Trellis and Trellis 2 as the 3D model generators. And the cool
Oh,
thing
they're
is
using
you can
Trellis.
also use this directly as a Blender add-on. So here are all the instructions on how to do that.
That's
If you're
gonna go
interested
real good in
reading
Blender.
Further, I'll link to this main page in the description below. Also this week, OpenAI is now making jalapeno chips. But all jokes aside, they have partnered with Broadcom to create Jalapeno, which is their first intelligence processor. This is designed specifically for running AI models. So this
Wow.
takes the workloads behind products like ChatGPT and Codex, and it's able to run them faster, cheaper, and more efficiently. And here are some really crazy takeaways from this announcement. So here it says that this jalapeno was developed in just 9 months, and this was accelerated by OpenAI models. In other words, OpenAI's own models like GPT or Codex, or whatever internal model they had, helped in developing this chip, including the software stack and likely the hardware design.
Things
And
are
the
gonna
big
get
idea
crazy,
here
guys.
is full stack optimization. OpenAI wants to design hardware around the way its models are actually used. So they're not just focusing on software and just building large language models anymore. They're also working on the hardware to support this. And here they say that early testing shows substantially better performance per watt than current state-of-the-art accelerators, although the detailed technical report is still coming. Here they plan to deploy this at the gigawatt scale with data center partners.
They're
over
building a
multiple
lot of data
generations.
center
If
guys.
you're interested in reading further, I'll link to this main page in
building
the
a lot
description
of them.
below. Also this week, IBM announced what it calls the first sub-1 nanometer chip
Nanometer chip.
technology, which is really exciting. So this uses a 0.7 nanometer or 7 angstrom node. And the reason this matters is because chips are running into physical limits. You can't keep shrinking traditional transistor designs forever, because at some point you're dealing with structures close to the scale of atoms. Well, IBM's answer to this is a new 3D architecture called Nanostack. Instead of only making things smaller in 2 dimensions, it vertically stacks and staggers transistors, which lets the chip pack
You
in
guys know
far
what this
more
means?
density.
'Cause
IBM says that this
lost me on
sub
that
1
one right here.
nanometer
They lost me.
technology can fit nearly 100 billion transistors onto a chip the size of a fingernail, nearly twice the
Understood that.
density of its 2 nanometer chip from 2021. Its projected gains are also huge, so up to 50% more performance or 70% better energy efficiency compared to IBM's 2 nanometer node chips. So IBM is showing that Moore's law, which is the phenomenon that the number of transistors we can jam pack into a chip doubles every 2 years, is not hitting any limit. We can continue scaling this even further, even below 1 nanometer. IBM is showing that this is possible if we stack multiple layers together like this. A pretty cool and revolutionary breakthrough. If you're interested in reading further, I'll link to this main page in the
Guys,
description
comment below if you know
also this
what
week,
that IBM chip
ByteDance
is about.
releases a framework called Dance OPD. This is quite technical but very insightful, so let's go over this in simple terms. You see, one of the biggest challenges of making image generation models today is that it's really hard to create a single model that can do everything, from text to image editing to style transfer. For example, even like the latest top open image models like Ideogram or Crea 2, they are only text to image. For it to have image editing capabilities, they need to train and release another model. It's really hard to jam pack both text to image capabilities and good image editing capabilities into just one unified model. Well, that's what Dance
I like
OPD
Crea
is
2.
trying to solve.
Crea 2 is
It's
pretty
making
good.
a single model that's great at everything, including generating images with text or editing specific parts of an image or making different artistic styles. The problem is that these skills often fight each other during training. These are often very different skills that require different parameters and can often interfere with one another. Well, how Dance OPD works is that instead of
What image
blending
generator
together
do you
multiple
use?
specialist models and hoping
Right
they
now,
cooperate, the researchers treat each capability as its own
I haven't
separate
used Nano
field
Banana
that the
too much.
student
I
model can
have,
learn
but
from individually.
I like
It's
I
like
like
you
I
think
like
of every
OpenAI's
expert model as a teacher with a unique
ChatGPT
specialty,
Image 2.
rather than asking all the
That one
teachers
is
for advice at
amazing.
once, which can result in conflicting instructions.
Comment
Dance
down below and
OPD
tell me what
picks
you
just
use for
one
image
teacher
generation.
each training example. The student asks the teacher what it should do at that current point during image generation and simply learns to match that behavior. And so from this framework, they train a model that can do everything from text to image editing to style transfer. So for example, here are various text to image and image editing examples. And as you can see, it's able to handle this with just one model. And the quantitative benchmarks are also really good. When combining text to image and editing capabilities, Dance OPD scored the highest in terms of these benchmarks, outperforming other methods. Now, at the top, they have released a technical paper on this, plus they say the code
And
is
guess who
coming
is
soon.
by?
If you're interested in
ByteDance.
reading further, I'll link to this main page in
Taking
the
over.
description below. If you want to create amazing AI videos that are production ready, definitely check out Higgsfield, the sponsor of this video. Higgsfield is the most creator-friendly AI video platform in the world, and they've just added the ability to generate 4K videos with CDance 2.0, the best video generator in the world.
God.
Before, you could only generate videos up to 1080p, but now with 4K resolution, they look even sharper, cleaner, and more detailed.
Wow.
I'm especially impressed by how usable this is for real creative work. Since the output is high resolution, you
Amazing.
can crop it, resize it, add text, and post it across different platforms without the video turning blurry or muddy. You can make cinematic short films, premium product videos, brand campaigns, viral social content, fashion videos, and more. And CDance 2.0 4K isn't just about resolution. It also keeps characters consistent across shots, so they can stay the same throughout a scene. That makes it way more
As
useful
creators,
for actual
guys,
storytelling
we can make
instead of just random
anything we put our
disconnected
minds
clips.
to.
You can also create
Just by
full
using this
scenes
stuff
with
right here.
multiple
Like,
shots, real camera movement, and more natural
come on,
motion
guys.
and physics. So instead of just generating one cool clip, it feels much more like you're directing a scene.
I challenge everybody,
Another
go
really
make a movie.
powerful part
We
is
can
that you
make
mix
movies right now.
text,
Go make a
images,
movie.
videos, and even
Comment
audio
below if you're gonna go
references
make a
into
movie.
one
Tell me what
generation,
you're making.
which gives you ultimate
I'll make it
control
with you.
on
Let's
how
go
you
make a
want the
movie,
video to
man.
look and sound.
Wow.
Whether you're making ads, social videos, AI influencers, product launches, cinematic clips, or full marketing
We
campaigns,
can do anything we want to.
Higgsfield is one of
The
the
world is
easiest
yours.
platforms to start creating.
The world is yours,
Try
baby.
CDance 4K in Higgsfield using the link in the description below. Also this week, we have a very fascinating new image generation architecture.
What is this?
So this is called Un0 by Unconventional AI, and this is a completely different way of generating images. You see, traditionally, like most image generation models that you and I use today, are diffusion models. In other words, they take a canvas of
This is
random
using
Gaussian
like
noise that
pixels.
looks like this, and they gradually remove that noise until it becomes your prompted image.
Hmm.
So that's a diffusion model. Well, instead of using diffusion, here, this unzero model generates images using something called coupled oscillators. You can think of thousands of these tiny oscillators gradually synchronizing with each other until a coherent image emerges.
Wow.
It's a very different mathematical approach, and it's kind of hard to
Something like
wrap
a
your head around.
vibrations,
But apparently, if
right?
you link all of these together, you could theoretically get a decent looking image. What's interesting is that this process can potentially avoid some of the slow iterative denoising steps used by traditional diffusion models, while opening the door to entirely new ways of generating visual information. Now, currently, the generated images aren't great. This is more of a proof of concept, but it's an interesting concept. Diffusion might not be the only path toward high quality AI images and videos. Maybe there can be other, more efficient architectures. At the bottom of the page,
But it'll get
they
better,
released
guaranteed.
the model weights plus the training scripts to this as well. So this is fully open source. If you click on this GitHub link, it contains all
We
the
like open
instructions
source.
on how to set this up
We like
and
open
run
source.
the image model on your computer, as well as how to train it yourself. And this is under the MIT license, which is very permissive. If you're interested in reading further, I'll link to this main
Not
page
something I'm
in the
too
description
interested
below.
in, but
Also this week, especially if you're in robotics and you want to
this is
train
what I'm
your
interested in.
robots on various tasks, this is a very valuable resource called HIW 500. It's built around a very simple idea. If we want humanoid robots to work in real homes, they need to learn from this data. They need to see data on a ton of
I want me
different
a robot
tasks,
in my
like
home,
setting
man.
up a table,
In the future,
washing
let me
clothes,
get me a
hanging
robot,
stuff,
man.
moving things, opening the fridge, sweeping the floor, vacuuming, picking
Wow.
up trash, organizing things, etc. So instead of only collecting clean lab demos, this dataset records whole body teleoperation of the Unitree 1 robot inside actual homes, doing a ton of different tasks
Come
and
on.
in different conditions, where the lighting can be different, the objects can be different, rooms can be cluttered and messy, and every task plays out a little differently. Basically, a human operator controls the humanoid robot, and the system records what the robot sees, how its body moves, what actions it takes, and how the task is being performed. And the result after all of these recordings is over 500 hours of this humanoid data, which is over 10 terabytes in size across over 10 tasks. So this includes things like moving things on the table, picking up trash, picking up bowls and plates, forks, spoons, and all of these different objects, opening the fridge, closing the fridge, a ton of different household tasks, and collects all this data, including the head camera and the wrist camera videos, as well as all the movement data from the robot as it carries out the task. And the awesome thing is they've open sourced this for you to use to train your own robots. At the bottom here, they have released the raw dataset, so the link is like this, and this is like almost 9 terabytes in size. They're also going to release the dataset in the robot format as well. This is the open source framework by Hugging Face for training robots.
Come on now.
So a very valuable dataset. If you're interested in reading further, I'll link to this main page in the description below. Also this week, ByteDance unveils their frontier video model Seedance 2.5. Keep in mind the previous version Seedance 2.0 is still by far the leading video model, even though this was released like a few months ago. No other video model even comes close to beating it. Like Google released Gemini Omni a few months after it, but the quality and flexibility is still way behind Seedance. Well, this week they just unveiled an even better version called Seedance 2.1.
Come on now.
And this is a major upgrade.
Come
Here are
on.
some specs that we know so far. This can generate up to 30-second clips.
30 seconds?
Up to 50 multimodal references. So basically, you can input like 50 different images.
15
or
seconds was a
use
game
as
changer.
references. It also
30
has
seconds?
precise local editing. So you can draw like a box around the exact part of the video you want to edit. And it will edit only that part of the video based on your prompt and keep everything else the same.
Wow.
It also has much stronger scene and character consistency. And of course, like the previous version of Seedance, this also has audio natively baked in. It also points to much higher resolution outputs, including 2K and 4K, which is
Wow.
kind of insane. I mean, it already takes a lot of compute to generate a good quality.
So you telling me 30-second clips, 30, 1 minute, 30, 1 minute, 30, 1 minute, 30, 1 minute, 30, 1 minute. So you telling me we get 1, 2, 3, 4, you get 5 minutes. 5 minutes of generating 10 clips. 5 minutes. That's a short film on YouTube. That's a short film on Amazon. That's a short film on Tubi. You literally can post your movies, your clips, your short films with the big boys. And we got the quality. 2.5 is amazing. Like, come on now.
Video. But scaling that up to 4K
Come
requires
on.
insanely more compute. So it makes me wonder what crazy architecture design they have to be able to pull this off. I think the biggest upgrade here seems to be control. Instead of treating video generation as just text to video, where you have very little control, Seedance 2.5 is positioned so that you can input a ton of different references and also edit existing videos by drawing bounding boxes. So this matters for like branded content or product shots and actually creating long videos where continuity and consistency are very important. This is designed much more like an actual production tool for filmmakers. This has currently just been unveiled at their event. The launch is expected to
It's over with,
occur
guys.
in early July, so stay tuned for that. I'll definitely
It's over
cover
with,
it in
man.
more detail.
Thanks for
when it comes
joining
out.
me, y'all.
Now, in addition
It's over.